All right, welcome back to another video. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm working with my client to clean up their high level count as well as make sure everything is updated with Monday. So they use Monday for managing all of their active clients. And what we're going to do is not all of the clients that are in Monday, the contacts that are originally in high level have a specific tag, like an active client tag. We just want to make sure those are updated so that if we were to export the list for some reason or something we're going to do, we want to make sure that we have the actual active list synced, if that makes sense. What I'm going to do is now I could pull up Monday on one screen or on half my screen and then pull up high level on the other half. And then I could just match up the email, search, and then go and add a tag in high level, then search the next one, add a tag, but that'll just take a long time. Why don't I just automate it? So that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to build out a make scenario here that will look up all of the contacts in Monday, search for them in high level, see if they have that tag or not of active client. If they don't, have it add the tag. Then I'll know that the clients, the leads, or the contacts in high level are matched up with Monday. So let's go ahead and build that out now. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to Make, and I'm going to start building out a scenario. We're going to start from scratch. So this is a new scenario. I'm going to search for Monday. We're going to do monday.com, and then I'm going to scroll down, and we have boards, tags, users. What we're going to do is we're looking for items. And so I'm going to list boards items. I'm going to select this. All right, so to create a connection to Monday from Make, what you're going to do is you click on the add button here, and then you're going to need the API key. Now, to get the API key for Monday, if you have not done that yet, there's actually an extra step you have to do. And let me show you how to do that. I'm going to go into Monday here, and then you're going to click on your profile picture in the top right, and you're going to go to where it says explore, and you're going to click on monday.labs. This is going to open up. You're going to have a bunch of different options in here that you can turn on, and you're going to scroll down. You're going to find developer mode. You need to turn developer mode on. Make sure that's activated, and it says active there. Once you've done that, then you can click on your profile picture again, and then you can come down to it is, remember right, it's developers. And nope, not developers, forgot. You're going to go to administration, and you go down on the left here to connections. And then in connections here on the top, you're going to click on API. And now here, what you're going to do is you're going to click if you haven't done already, generate that API key, and then you're going to copy it. Once you've copied that, you're going to come back into Monday, and you're going to paste that API key in here. Now I've already done it, so I'm not going to make another connection, but you'll paste it in there and you'll click save. And then you'll have that connection made. Now what I'm going to do is testing here, starting out, I'm going to reduce the limit to just 5. I just want to pull 5 at a time just to see the data that we get. Now from the board here, we need to select which board it is. And I'm going to select the active board because that's where the active clients are. Now the output columns, you got to choose the output columns you want. So I'm going to click on add item column. Let's see the actual data that we want to pull from Monday. I'm going to say business name, probably want that because we can search in high level via their business name. The other main thing we want is email because that's going to be the first thing we're going to search for. So email. And then the second thing we'll search for is phone number. So I'm going to type in phone and we'll find that. Those are actually columns that I have in Monday. If we come back here, there are, scroll over, you'll see we have their email, their contact email, and their phone, right? Pretty self-explanatory. And those are the main ones: business name, email, phone. What else can I search for? If you have some other unique identifier, you can pull that as well, but this is going to be good enough. I'm going to click OK. And now I'm just going to run this once. Let's just make sure that it pulls the right data. If we look here, we have output bundle, bundle 1, bundle 2, 3, 4, and 5. So for each bundle, we've pulled the first 5 from the Monday board. So that's good. That's what we want. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to search for the contact in high level. And I'm going to do that. Click on the add button. We're going to search high level lead connector. And this we're going to search for contacts. Search for contact. I'm going to add this here. Okay, so first thing we do is need to create a connection. I'm going to click create a connection. From the connection type, I'm going to choose the new updated API version, which is the 2.0. And then from here, you can name it. I would name it actually the name of the sub account so you know which connection it actually is. For this, I'm just going to call it EMS, which is abbreviation for the name of my client sub account. So I'm going to pull up the dialog box, and then you're going to search for that sub account. search for the sub account. I'm going to select that sub account and then wait a couple seconds here. And then it comes back into make, which is then going to, all right, so now it's connected to that sub account. What I'm going to do in this search query here, I'm going to have it search for email. So that's why I pulled the data first, because now I'm going to come down to this mappable column values, and we see there's an email right here. First, I'm going to have it search via the email. So all it's going to do is put the email in there, and search results, you can really leave that. We'll say 5. This is going to be how many contacts should it find in HighLevel. You really probably should only have one of that contact, but maybe that email shows up a couple times. Who knows? I'm just going to click OK. Now let's run this once. So it pulled those 5 records, and now I searched 5 times. And if we open this up, we have the 5 different outputs, operations, expand that. We have a bundle of information. So it found this contact via the email. Good. Let's check out the next one. Good here. It found this as well because there's an output bundle. And let's check out this third one. Okay, there is one. And let's see if we, all right. So here's operation number 4. So the fourth one, this contact here was not found in HighLevel. Maybe they used a different email, and that's, for their onboarding versus what's in HighLevel. And so we're going to build that in too to search for the phone number after this. But we have some good data there, and that's where we want to start. Now, next I want to do is I'm going to, because that situation might not have an email, might not be the right email, but maybe the phone number exists. So we're going to put in a router, connect the router here. Now, the first thing that I want to do is if that contact does exist, I want to add that active client tag to them. So I'm going to go to HighLevel, and I'm going to this time update a contact. Update a contact, I'll put it up here. And then in here, make sure that's the correct location selected. And now here are the contact ID. So we want to update that specific contact. So we're going to select the contact ID right here from the output of that search, the HighLevel search module. And remember, it's bold, so that means this is required field. Everything else is not required, so you don't have to fill it in. Contact ID. Now we're going to scroll down, and what do I want to update? There's the tags here, and that's what I want to do. So I want to find the active client tag. I'm going to add that active client tag. Now, if I scroll down, anything else that I need to do? Nothing else. So that's all we're going to do, and I'm going to click OK. And now, when this runs, it is going to add the active client tag to all the contacts that I found. These 5, or actually 4, because one of them, as we saw, couldn't find it in the system. But what I want to do is I'm going to add another, the reason I did the router here is I'm going to add another module. And this one, this time what we're going to do is not update a contact because we haven't found one yet. This lower branch here is going to be if we didn't find any contact. For example, that bundle number 4. So this one, we're going to search contacts again. And in here, this time, the query is we're going to search for this text right here, which is the phone number, that column, which is in Monday. Now it's going to search for the phone number. Again, we don't need limit 10. Really, actually doesn't matter. Really should only be finding 1, but we're going to click OK. Now, if I run this, what it's going to do is the way the router works in Make, if you don't know, it always goes down basically from top to bottom. First path, second path, goes down in that order. Now, if I right click here in any of the open space and click Show Route Order, this is going to show it's going to go down here, this one first, then it's going to go down this one. But we don't want it to go down both every time because this is just if the contact exists, update them. If not, go and find contact looking via the phone number. And the way that's going to work is I'm going to put a filter in here. Now in this filter, the condition is going to be total number of bundles. See, this is 1, so it found so a bundle is like the output is equal to, or we're going to say, equals to 1. So that means, and we can name it whatever we want, found contact. Now I'm going to do essentially the opposite filter down here. In this one, I'm going to do total number of bundles equals 0. This means it didn't find anyone. No contact. All right, so found contact will go up here. If it didn't, it'll go down here. Then it will search again. And this time we're searching for the phone number now. And then what we're going to do is then I want to, if it finds it via the phone number, we're going to update the contact. So I'm going to clone this, make it easy, update a contact, and I'm going to connect it here. And this time, one little change we have to make in here is we can't use the contact ID from here because it didn't find one. So now we need to use the contact ID from this module here, which is number 5. All right, so the contact ID, which is going to be the most recent one right before it, right here, number 5. So we're going to choose contact ID. Everything else will be the same because we duplicated it out. So it will be the active client tag that it'll add. Click OK. All right, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to add on to this filter because I don't need this running for everyone and using operations if they already have the tag. And the output does show which tags they have. So I'm going to add on the filter here. I'm going to add, so total number of bundles equals 1, meaning it founds contact. Add an AND rule. And this, I'm going to select. Now there's tags here. If I expand the tags out, if I click this one here, what this is going to do, this means there could be multiple tags and it will list it out. But do I know, is it the first tag? Is it the second tag? Is it the third tag? I don't know which this active client one is. So we're not going to do that. That would find a specific tag. What we're going to do is we're actually going to select this entire one, which is going to be the bundle of all the tags, and they come out comma separated. But we're not going to do text operator equals, we're going to do text operator contains. And then the specific tag that we want to add is, I already know what it is, active contact. Actually, I'm going to correct myself. It's active client. Good thing I looked it up. All right, so now if the bundle exists and does not contain active client, because if they don't have the tag, then we're going to go and add the tag. But if they do, we don't need to do anything about it. Then I'll click OK. All right, now down here, it's going to search for them. And so we're going to do same thing. If it finds this one, now let's actually run this and see how many we have. But what I'm going to do before that is I don't want to just run this multiple times and keep updating contacts. So I'm going to essentially do a test. And the way I'm going to do this is I want to add another module in here. Now, first I'm going to save this. Go to Tools. I'm just going to put whatever, set multiple variables for now, just a placeholder. Now, if I were to drag this over, see, let's do this. Zoom out a little bit. So if I were to drag this over and put this on here, see where the filter goes? The filter goes downstream of this tools module. I want it to be before for what I'm doing. And if I disconnect it now, I lose that filter. So what I want is the filter over here, not over here. Let me show you a little trick on how I can do that. If I right click and I add a module, see whenever you add a module, it puts the filter before it. Now what I can do is I can take this module and I can connect it over here. And then when I delete this placeholder module, delete module, the filter stays in. And now the filter is beforehand and not after. Because I'm just going to unlink this for now. All this is, I'm just going to put in whatever, just hit the keyboard, whatever, doesn't matter. Just anything right now, because this is just a test to make sure it passes the filter that we set up. And I'm going to do the same thing down. Well, this one is just, this, I'm going to unlink this for now. I'm going to clone this out. I'm going to put it here because I don't want to update it yet, but still want to search. So now I'm actually not doing any updates in HighLevel. What I'm doing is just testing to make sure the filters and everything works correctly. So if I run once, as we see, this is actually a good test. So there's 5 outputs here, and then one passed the filter, so 1 here. So that means one of those 4 did not have the active client tag. And then down here, 1 is searched. Now we get to see if I expand this. Okay, there's a bundle with all this information. So that means it found the contact via their phone number. Their email must be different in Monday compared to what they were when they first opted in. And then if we go up here, if we click on the filter, this shows total number of bundles equals 1. Check, that found it. Tags. So this contact has the tag of active client. See, active client, comma, active client temp. I was doing a little test earlier. And so it does not have that, or actually bundle 1 does have that active client tag. And that's why you see the X here, because this is not equals to. Bundle 2, it has the tag. You see this doesn't have any tags. This contact doesn't have any tags. So that means it passed it and it went past this filter. And bundle number 3, this has Facebook lead opt-in, 2023 Facebook ad, Chris leads, active client. So it has active, and that's why it did not pass, right? So just 1 went through, all the other one had that tag or wasn't found. So this worked out exactly what we wanted. Now what we can do, so now I can add this module back in, update the contact. We can delete this, and when you delete that, it'll keep the filter there. Down here, I'll connect this one, and we'll delete this. But actually what we want to do, what I also want to add in here is maybe the email isn't a match, the phone number isn't a match. Well, the other thing I pulled was their company name. So let's add that in as well. I'm going to move these over here. And so this is the output bundle of 0. Essentially, we're going to recreate this down here. I'm going to add another module or another router. I'm going to unlink this, connect the router here. And what I'm going to do is now I'm going to, again, we're going to move this out of the way. I'm going to clone this because this time, actually, we don't want that connected yet. I'm going to clone this one because first thing, if it does find the contact, then we're going to want to update this contact. If it doesn't, we want to search again. And this time what we're going to do is instead of the phone number, we're going to come all the way down. And this time I'm going to search, which is this text one, which is the contact's company name. We're going to search there. Now we need to add the filters in as well. So I come back here, I can take a look, bundle like one, tag, active client. So I'm just going to copy this and make it easier. Come into this filter. We're going to do total number of bundles equal to 1. And we're going to find the tags equals active client. Or again, does not contain active client. And we're going to say found contact or or whatever. This one is going to be total number of bundles equals 0. No contact. Okay. And we already pretty much tested it out. So search contact. If it finds it, I'm going to unlink this here. We're going to connect this one over here. Again, we got to make sure this one is matched up with that module that's right here. So the contact ID, not from this one, because in this case it didn't find one. So I'm going to make sure that was module 10, which this goes in order that they came from. So this one is going to be contact ID here. And we'll click OK. So now if I auto align, the way this is going to work is list all the contacts in Monday. It's going to search for them in HighLevel, starting with the email. We can even do this, search email. And then this we can do rename, search phone. And this one we can search company name. And there we go. So now what I can do is I can actually, okay, so I'll run this once. Okay, so it went through and one contact was updated because there was only one that didn't have the active client tag, one contact that didn't even have a phone number. And so then it found the phone number, then it updated the contact here with adding the active client tag. And I'm going to, if I run this again, now this time it gets these filters and it stops. See, it stops here and it stops here because that means the client or that contact has that active client tag. Great, so we know that works. But now if I want to run this for the entire board, I'm going to have to come back into here and I'm going to have to set the limit to a specific number, to something higher, however many is on that board. That'd probably be the easiest way. There is another way I can do it where I can at the end here have it update the Monday with some other field and then put a filter in here only if they don't have this field. For this situation, I don't need to do that. I'm just actually going to, I'd like to do another test. Let's just do 10, see what happens. So I'm going to run once. So it is going to go through those first 5 again. See, it did 10. So it went through 10 this time. And this time it didn't. Okay, so it didn't. We have 2 of them here. Let's see. Open up this one. Bundle 1. Okay, so it did find them. It just means they already had the tag. So far that's working good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to, I believe they had to here. I select all these. Yeah, they have 76 clients here. So I just need to make it something. We'll just make it easy. And I'm going to say 100. Now let's run it. Run once. As we see, so it's finding them and see like it's working perfectly. Updating. And this one, oh, I didn't put a filter in there. Let's see this. Okay, so it found based on that. All right, good. But we got an error here. So I bet I know what the error is. It didn't have a contact to update, right? That's not what we want to do. What I want to do, or that's not, We don't want this to happen. What I should have done is I should have put a filter in here to say total number of bundles equals 1. Again, contact found. Now, can I go down any other further? I can maybe add in their address, and I can go down step it further to find everyone. But if not, what I can also do is maybe I can even add in like a Google Sheet here, do another one. If it doesn't find anybody after all these iterations, then I get who the outputs are or find those contacts, and I can go manually find those. Easily enough I can also just click on the output here and then find what the input was and then go search them. So we're going to run this again. And now this is only going to pass here if the contact, or if it found the contact. All right, see it's going. So now these are all operations that's running, but depending on how many is in your plan, how big your plan is, you want to, and how many contacts are in your HighLevel account or wherever your database is, because this is 67, 70 operations. This is 20 operations. Here's 2, here's 1. The cheapest plan of Make is $10 a month, which gets you 10,000 operations. That's a lot. That's a really good amount. Even the free plan, you get 1,000 operations a month. And so this, I wouldn't have even hit the 1,000 today. Filters don't count for operations, by the way. And here we go. Now I can look here and I have 3 of them that did not. We have 3 here. So this contact was found. This contact was found. And then this one was not found. So now I can go back and I can actually look up this person in Monday, and I can see, now I can manually go and search, because it looks like there was only one that it couldn't find. So now I can manually search for this contact in HighLevel, look up maybe the name slightly different, email slightly different, search for the address. Now I can manually search the one left that I have. All right, so that's a quick automation that you can set up. There's different use cases for this, so you don't always just have to do Monday with HighLevel, but this gives you the basic structure to figure out if I want to make this software be in sync with this one, update tags, update some sort of field, just use something to search instead of having to go through and have 2 screens open and search and manually search every one, or have someone else do it. That just takes a lot. Do it with automation. Get it done super quick. Hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully you guys learned something, and I will see you on the next video.